Welcome to a place of perfect stillness. Before we begin our journey tonight, let us take a moment to disconnect from the world we leave behind. The day is done. The tasks are finished. There is nowhere else you need to be and nothing else you need to do. You are simply here, present, safe, and ready to rest. Find a position that feels right for you. Perhaps you are lying on your back, allowing your spine to lengthen, or perhaps you are curled on your side, feeling the comfort of the sheets against your skin. Close your eyes gently. Do not force them shut. Just let the eyelids fall, heavy and soft, like curtains closing on a stage at the end of a long play. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs with cool, calming air, and exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of any tension in your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Imagine a wave of relaxation starting at the top of your head. It flows down over your forehead, smoothing out the lines, down over your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. It flows down your neck, loosening the muscles, down your arms, past your elbows to your wrists, and finally out through your fingertips. You are becoming heavier, sinking deeper into your bed, drifting, floating, and listening.
Imagine yourself now, standing at the edge of a magnificent, ancient forest. But this is not a dark or scary forest. It is a place of eternal comfort. It is late afternoon in the season of autumn. The air is perfectly crisp, cool enough to make you appreciate the warmth of your thick woolen sweater, but fresh enough to wake up your senses in a delightful way. You look down at your feet. You are wearing sturdy, comfortable boots. You are standing on a path covered in a thick, soft carpet of fallen leaves. The leaves are a masterpiece of nature's colors: burnt orange, deep crimson red, golden yellow, and rustic brown. As you take your first slow step, you hear the satisfying, gentle crunch of the leaves beneath your boots. Crinkle, crunch. It is a sound that reminds you of childhood, a sound that signifies change and rest. You begin to walk down this path. The pace is slow. There is no rush here. Time in this forest moves differently. It moves at the speed of nature. The trees around you are tall and majestic oaks and maples. Their branches arch over the path, creating a tunnel of gold and amber light. The sunlight filters through the remaining leaves, creating dancing patterns on the ground. Beams of soft, golden light cut through the cool air, illuminating tiny specks of dust floating lazily in the breeze. Breathe in the air. Can you smell it? It is the scent of the earth, rich, damp soil, the sweet, musky smell of drying leaves, a hint of pine needles from deeper in the woods, and perhaps just a faint, distant scent of wood smoke promising warmth somewhere ahead. You continue walking. Step, crunch, step, crunch. The rhythm of your walking is hypnotic. With every step you feel more grounded, more connected to the earth. The noise of the city, the noise of your thoughts fades away, replaced by the symphony of the forest. You hear the wind whispering through the branches high above, a soft whoosh that sounds like the ocean. You hear a squirrel scurrying up a tree bark in the distance. You hear the melodic, sleepy call of a bird saying goodnight to the sun. As you walk deeper into the woods, the light begins to change. The bright gold of the afternoon is slowly deepening into the rich, violet hues of twilight. The shadows grow longer and softer. The air grows slightly cooler, kissing your cheeks with a refreshing chill. You pull your scarf a little tighter around your neck, feeling the soft wool against your skin. It feels like a protective embrace. The path begins to wind gently to the right. You follow it, trusting where it leads. You come across a small wooden bridge crossing a narrow, babbling brook. The water is clear as crystal, flowing over smooth, gray stones. You stop in the middle of the bridge for a moment. Lean against the wooden railing. It feels solid and rough under your gloved hands. Look down at the water. Listen to the sound. Burble, splash, flow. The water never stops. It just flows effortlessly around obstacles, always finding its way. It reminds you that you too can flow. You don't need to force anything. You can just be. You watch a single yellow leaf detach from a branch above. It floats down, swaying left, swaying right, dancing with the air until it lands gently on the surface of the water. You watch it drift away, carried by the current until it disappears around the bend. Imagine that leaf is a worry you have been holding on to. Watch it float away. Let the water take it. It is gone now. You push yourself off the railing and continue your walk. The twilight is deepening. The first stars are beginning to appear in the pale purple sky. One bright star, then another, twinkling like diamonds scattered on velvet. Ahead of you, through the trees, you see a warm, inviting glow. It is a soft... You stand there for a moment, with your back leaning against the solid oak door. You take a deep breath, inhaling the air of the cottage. Unlike the crisp, thin air outside, the air in here is thick with warmth. It is rich and heavy, laden with the scent of aged cedar wood, beeswax polish, and the faint, smoky perfume of the fireplace. You can feel the cold of the evening still clinging to the surface of your coat, but it cannot reach you anymore. You are sealed in. Slowly, you begin to peel away the layers of the outside world. You reach up with gloved hands to unwind the scarf from your neck, loop by loop. As the wool falls away, you feel the gentle warmth of the room touch the sensitive skin of your neck. It feels like a soft caress. You place the scarf on a wooden hook near the door. Next, you unbutton your heavy wool coat. One button, huge and round, slipping through the fabric. 2 buttons. 3. You slide your arms out of the sleeves, feeling an immediate sense of lightness. A weight has been lifted from your shoulders. You hang the coat beside the scarf. You smooth down the fabric with your hand, watching the way the heavy wool settles. You stand up now and turn toward the heart of the cottage. You sit down on a small, cushioned bench. The floor beneath your feet changes. The cushion is covered in a floral fabric to wide, soft, polished floorboards of dark pine. You bend down and untie the laces. The floor gives a tiny, friendly squeak. You slide your left foot out, a sound that speaks of the age and history of this place. You wiggle your toes, enjoying the freedom. Bathed in a golden. You are wearing thick, fuzzy socks, mostly by the fireplace at the far end. And a few you place your boots neatly by the door, ready for another day. The ceiling is low, supported by thick, dark wooden beams that run across the length of the room. They make the space feel intimate, protected, like a burrow or a nest. To your left, there is a wall filled entirely with bookshelves, floor to ceiling. Thousands of books, their spines displaying colors of emerald green, midnight blue, and burgundy leather. They absorb the sound in the room, making everything feel hushed and muted. To your right, a large window looks out into the darkening woods. But you are not looking out. You walk slowly toward the center of the room. The heat grows stronger with every fireplace. It is a dry, penetrating, built from rough-hewn gray river very bones. It stretches from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. A thick, And inside the
hand-woven
hearth,
Persian
a fire
rug
is
in
already
shades
burning.
of deep red and burnt orange. It feels incredibly soft through your wool socks. You stand directly in front of the fire. Watch the flames. They are alive. They dance and twist, reaching up the chimney. Colors of bright yellow at the top, transitioning to deep orange, and a glowing, pulsating red at the center of the logs. Crackle, pop. A small spark jumps up and vanishes into the soot-blackened chimney. The sound of the fire is a constant, rhythmic white noise. It is the oldest television in the world. You could watch it for hours. There is a stack of firewood in a woven basket next to the hearth. You decide to add just one log to keep the fire strong for the night. You bend down slowly. You reach out and grasp a piece of birch wood. The bark is white and papery, peeling slightly. The wood feels solid and heavy in your hand. You feel the texture, the roughness of the bark, the smoothness of the split wood where the axe cut through. You lean forward. The heat intensifies on your face, flushing your cheeks with a healthy glow. Carefully, very carefully, you place the log onto the iron grate. You watch as the flames immediately begin to lick at the new wood. They curl around it, embracing it. The bark catches fire first, curling and blackening, turning into glowing embers. You stand up and dust off your hands. A sense of accomplishment washes over you. You have tended to the warmth. You have secured the comfort of your sanctuary. You turn around to face the room, now lit by the slightly brighter flare of the new log. The shadows in the room are long and soft. They stretch from the legs of the furniture, dancing gently in time with the flickering flames. The furniture here is built for comfort, not for style. There is a large, overstuffed armchair, upholstered in worn, cognac-colored leather. It looks like it has been shaped by decades of reading and napping. There is a sofa covered in a soft chenille fabric in a shade of forest green, piled high with knitted blankets and velvet pillows. You walk over to the leather armchair. Run your hand along the back of it. The leather is cool to the touch at first, then quickly warms under your palm. It is smooth, buttery, and smells of old libraries and comfort. You are not ready to sit just yet. There is something else you need. A drink, something warm to hold in your hands. The cottage is quiet. Listen to the silence. It is not an empty silence. It is a heavy, restful silence. The only sounds are the snap of the fire, the tick-tock of a grandfather clock standing in the corner, and the sound of your own slow breathing. In and out. Tick-tock. You feel a wave of drowsiness pass over you. Your eyelids feel heavier than they did outside. The transition is complete. The world of work, of noise, of stress is locked outside behind that thick oak door. In here, there is only the fire, the wood, and the promise of a long, deep sleep. You move slowly toward the archway that leads to the kitchen. Your movements are languid, like moving through water. Your muscles are loose. Your mind is calm. You are ready to brew a potion of relaxation. You step through the wooden archway and enter the kitchen. If the living room was the heart of the cottage, the kitchen is its soul. It is a rustic, farmhouse-style kitchen, a place where time seems to have stopped a century ago. The floor here
is made of cool, slate-gray flagstones worn smooth by generations of footsteps. In the center of the room stands a large, sturdy table made of thick pine wood. The surface of the table is scarred and scrubbed, bearing the marks of countless meals prepared with love. Above the table, hanging from dark wooden beams, are bundles of dried herbs: lavender, sage, rosemary, and thyme. They hang upside down, drying in the warm air, filling the room with a faint earthy perfume that mixes with the scent of the wood. Copper pots and pans hang in a neat row against the stone wall, gleaming softly in the dim light. They reflect the warm glow of the living room fire behind you. You walk over to the stove. It is an old-fashioned cast iron range, painted a deep, glossy cream color. It radiates a gentle, constant heat, keeping the kitchen comfortable, even on the coldest autumn nights. You pick up the kettle from the stovetop. It is a heavy enamel kettle, speckled white and blue. It feels substantial in your hand. You walk over to the deep ceramic sink beneath the window. You turn the brass tap handle. Squeak. And then the sound of water. Whoosh. Clear, cold water from a mountain spring flows into the kettle. You listen to the pitch of the sound change as the kettle fills up. Deep to shallow. When it is full, you turn the tap off. The water stops instantly. Drip. Silence returns. You walk back to the stove and place the heavy kettle on the burner. You strike a long wooden match against the side of a box. A small flame bursts into life. You touch it to the burner, and a ring of soft blue fire appears beneath the kettle. You stand there for a moment, just watching the blue flame. It is hypnotic. It dances silently, heating the water, preparing it for your comfort. While the water heats, you turn your attention to the shelves on the wall. Rows of glass jars are lined up, each filled with dried leaves and flowers. This is your personal apothecary of sleep. You run your finger along the jars, reading the handwritten labels: peppermint, lemon balm, chamomile, valerian root. Tonight, you choose a special blend. You take down a jar filled with dried chamomile flowers and dried lavender buds. The colors are soft yellow and muted purple. You unscrew the lid. Twist. Pop. Immediately, the aroma is released. It is sweet, floral, and incredibly calming. It smells like a summer meadow condensed into a jar. You take a deep breath in through your nose, letting the scent travel straight to the center of your brain, signaling that it is time to unwind. You reach for your favorite mug. It is not a delicate china cup. It is a large, heavy piece of pottery, handmade by a local artisan. It is glazed in a color that reminds you of a stormy sea, deep blue and gray. It is thick-walled, designed to keep the heat in. When you hold it, your hands naturally curve around it. It fits perfectly. You take a small silver spoon and scoop a generous amount of the dried herbs into a metal tea infuser. The sound of the dry leaves rustling is like whispers of autumn. Crinkle, rustle. You place the infuser into the mug.
To sing.
It starts as a low hum, a vibration you can feel in the floor. Then a soft bubbling sound. Bubble, bubble, burble. And finally, a gentle whisper of steam escaping the spout. The water is ready. You lift the kettle. It is hot now. You pour the steaming water over the herbs in your mug. Splash, swish. As the hot water hits the dry flowers, a cloud of aromatic steam rises up into your face. It is a warm, moist cloud that smells of flowers and honey. The water in the mug turns a pale gold, then deepens to a rich amber color as the tea steeps. You place the kettle back on the stove. You wait. Patience is part of the ritual. You cannot rush the tea. You must let it steep. You lean your hips against the wooden counter, crossing your legs at the ankles. You watch the steam rising from the mug. It swirls and curls in the air, forming shapes that disappear as quickly as they form. Dancing ghosts of steam. Rise, twist, fade. Rise, twist, fade. You count the minutes in your head, or perhaps by the slow ticking of the clock in the other room. 1 minute, letting go of the morning. 2 minutes, letting go of the afternoon. 3 minutes, letting go of tomorrow. It is ready. You remove the infuser, setting it aside on a small saucer. You wrap both hands around the mug. The heat transfers instantly to your palms. It is a fierce, wonderful heat. If your hands were cold before, they are now bathed in warmth. The heat travels up your wrists, up your arms, spreading comfort through your upper body. You lift the mug to your lips. You blow gently on the surface to cool it. The steam tickles your nose. You take the first sip. It is hot, sweet, and floral. The liquid flows down your throat, a ribbon of warmth warming you from the inside out. You can feel it settling in your stomach, radiating heat to the rest of your body. With the mug held securely in your hands, you turn away from the kitchen. You leave the slate floor behind and step back onto the warm wooden floorboards of the living room. The fire is still crackling, the shadows are still dancing, but now you have your potion. You are ready to find a place to rest. Not to sleep just yet, but to rest your mind. You look toward the corner of the living room, where the bookshelves meet a large velvet window seat. The reading nook. You move slowly toward it, carrying your tea like a precious treasure. Your steps are heavy, your eyes are soft. The journey into deep relaxation continues. You carry your steaming mug of tea toward the far corner of the living room, a space dedicated entirely to silence and imagination. Here, the walls disappear behind floor-to-ceiling shelves made of dark, polished walnut wood. The shelves are packed tight with books. Some are tall and thin. Others are short and thick. Some lean against each other for support, like old friends tired after a long day. Nestled among these shelves is a window seat. It is a deep, cushioned alcove, upholstered in soft, crushed velvet the color of moss. Underneath the seat, there are drawers filled with wool blankets. You sit down on the velvet cushion. It is soft and yielding, accepting your weight instantly. You place your mug on a small coaster on the windowsill. You pull one of the blankets from below, a tartan pattern of navy blue and green, and drape it over your legs. You tuck it in around your feet, creating a cocoon of warmth. Take a moment to breathe in the air in this corner. It smells different here than in the kitchen or near the fire. It is the smell of lignin, the chemical in wood pulp that breaks down over time in old paper. It smells faintly of vanilla, of almond, and of dry, dusty earth. It is a sweet, musty scent that immediately slows your heart rate. It is the scent of stillness. You reach out a hand to the shelf nearest to you. Your fingertips graze the spines of the books. You feel the texture of the bindings. One is rough cloth, another is smooth, cool leather. Another has raised bumps on the spine where the pages are stitched together. You are not looking for a specific title. You are letting your intuition guide you. You are looking for a book that feels right for sleep. Your finger stops on a book with a faded emerald green cover. It has no title on the spine, just delicate gold leaf tooling that is worn away with time. You pull it from the shelf. Slide. The friction of the book sliding against its neighbors makes a satisfying hushed sound, like a whisper. Shh. You hold the book in your lap. It is heavy, solid. You open the cover. The binding creaks gently. Crick. You turn the thick, cream-colored pages. They are soft to the touch, almost like fabric. You can hear the sound of each page turning. Rustle, flip, smooth. Rustle, flip, smooth. It appears to be an old nature journal, written by a naturalist who lived in these woods 100 years ago. The pages are filled with beautiful, hand-drawn sketches of leaves, ferns, and stones. You stop at a page describing the slow growth of moss on a river rock. You decide to read a few lines. You don't read to learn, you read to listen to the voice in your head. The text reads, "The moss does not hurry. It does not strive. It simply waits for the rain. Inch by inch, year by year, it spreads its velvet cloak over the stone. It softens the hard edges. It drinks the dew. It sleeps through the winter under the snow and wakes gently in the spring. To be moss is to be patient. To be moss is to rest." As you read these words, the silence of the room seems to deepen. The words on the page begin to swim slightly. The ink looks like little black boats floating on a cream-colored sea. You blink your eyes to clear them. Blink. But when you open them, the eyelids feel heavier than before. They feel as if tiny weights have been attached to your lashes. You take a sip of your tea. It has cooled to the perfect drinking temperature now. It is warm and soothing, washing down the drowsiness into your chest. You look back at the book, but you don't really want to read anymore. You just want to look at the pictures. A sketch of a sleeping owl. A sketch of a quiet lake. A sketch of a cloud drifting over a hill. Your head begins to nod forward, just an inch. Your neck muscles are relaxing, letting go of the need to hold your head up high. The book feels heavy in your hands, so heavy. You let it rest open on your lap. Your hands relax the grip on the pages. Your fingers curl loosely. You gaze out the window beside you. Outside, the night has fully arrived. The woods are pitch black, save for the silver moonlight filtering through the bare branches. You can hear the wind picking up slightly outside. It sounds cold out there, but in here, under your tartan blanket, next to the wall of books, you are perfectly warm. The fire across the room has settled down now. It is no longer a roaring flame, but a bed of glowing, pulsing embers, deep orange and red. They pulse slowly, like the heartbeat of the cottage. Glow, dim. Glow, dim. You realize that you are ready. You are ready to leave the waking world completely. You are ready to ascend. The bedroom is upstairs, waiting for you, the ultimate sanctuary. You close the green book gently. Thump. A soft, final sound. You place it on the windowsill. You slide your legs out from under the blanket. You stand up. Your body feels loose, heavy, and slow. You feel like you are moving in slow motion, like an astronaut walking on the moon. You pick up your empty mug to take it to the kitchen, but then you decide to leave it. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters tonight except sleep. You walk slowly toward the staircase that leads to the second floor. The stairs are wooden, carpeted in the center with a thick beige runner to muffle your steps. You place your hand on the smooth, polished wooden banister. You look up into the shadows of the upper floor. Bed awaits. You stand at the bottom of the staircase, your hand resting on the polished wooden banister. The wood is cool and smooth under your palm, worn satin soft by years of use. You look up into the shadows of the second floor. It is quieter up there, still, waiting. You take the first step. Lift and place. Your foot sinks into the thick beige runner carpet that lines the center of the stairs. You pull yourself up gently, using the banister. Your legs feel heavy. It is a good, pleasant heaviness. It is the feeling of muscles that have done their work for the day and are now asking for permission to stop. You take the second step. Lift and place. A floorboard creaks softly beneath you. Creak. It is a comforting sound, like the house is whispering good night to you. You continue to climb, slowly, one step at a time. You are not in a hurry. The bed isn't going anywhere. With every step upward, you are moving further away from the ground, further away from the waking world. You are ascending into the realm of dreams, step by step, breathing in, breathing out. Your body feels loose. Your arms hang relaxed by your sides. You reach the landing at the top of the stairs. The hallway here is dark, lit only by a single window at the far end. Moonlight spills onto the floorboards in a pool of silver blue light. Dust motes dance slowly in the moonbeams, suspended in the still air. You turn to the first door on your left, the bathroom. You push the door open. Inside, it is a space of pure white and porcelain, gleaming softly in the dim light. You reach for the pull-cord light switch. Click. A soft, warm light illuminates the room. It is not bright or harsh. It is a gentle yellow glow from a sconce on the wall. The bathroom is vintage and charming. There is a deep, clawfoot bathtub with silver feet and a pedestal sink made of white porcelain. Thick, fluffy white towels are stacked neatly on a wooden shelf, looking like soft clouds waiting to embrace you. You walk over to the sink. You turn the tap labeled hot. Squeak! The water rushes out. You watch the steam begin to rise from the basin. You adjust the cold tap until the temperature is perfect. Warm, but not scalding. A temperature that mimics the warmth of your own body. You cup your hands under the running water. The water flows over your fingers, warm and silky. It swirls around your palms, mesmerizing and fluid. You reach for a bar of soap sitting in a ceramic dish. It is a handmade soap, creamy white with flecks of dried oats. You bring it to your nose. It smells of vanilla and goat's milk, a simple, clean nursery scent. You lather the soap between your hands. Rub, rub. Rich, creamy bubbles form, covering your hands in a soft, white glove of foam. You bring your hands to your face. You wash your face slowly. Circular motions, massaging your forehead, your temples, your cheeks. With this water and this soap, you are washing away the day. You are washing away the expressions you held on your face. You are washing away the tension between your eyebrows. You are washing away the words you spoke and the words you heard. Gone. You splash the warm water over your face to rinse. Splash, splash. The water feels healing. It cleanses your skin and calms your nerves. You turn off the taps. The rushing sound of water stops abruptly, leaving a profound silence in the room.
You reach for one of the fluffy white towels. It is thick, high-quality cotton. It feels substantial in your hands. You bury your face in the towel. It is soft and dry. You pat your skin dry gently. You do not rub, you just press the softness against your skin, letting the fabric absorb the moisture. Your face feels fresh, clean, and relaxed. Your skin is breathing. Now it is time to change. You have laid out your sleepwear on a small wooden chair. Soft flannel pajamas. They are a pattern of faded blue plaid. You run your hand over the fabric. It is fuzzy and warm to the touch. You change out of your day clothes, the clothes that have buttons, zippers, and belts, the clothes that restrict you. You slip into the flannel pants. They are loose. They have an elastic waist that doesn't pinch. They flow around your legs, allowing total freedom of movement. You button up the pajama top. The buttons are large and easy to fasten. You feel an immediate shift in your mindset. By putting on these clothes, you have signaled to your body that the day is officially over. Work is impossible now. Stress is illegal in these clothes. Only rest is allowed. You look at yourself in the mirror above the sink one last time. Your eyes look softer. Your shoulders have dropped inches. Your jaw is unclenched. You look peaceful. You look ready. You reach for the light cord. Click. The bathroom plunges back into darkness. You step out into the hallway again. The floorboards are cool under your bare feet now. You left your socks downstairs. Or perhaps you put on fresh, woolly sleeping socks. Let's imagine you have fresh, warm sleeping socks on. You feel the texture of the wooden floor through the wool. The door to the bedroom is just a few steps away. It is slightly ajar. You can see a darkness inside that is inviting, thick and velvety. You can hear a sound coming from that room, or rather, from the window in that room. It is the sound of the rain. While you were washing your face, the wind outside picked up and the clouds opened up. A gentle, steady rain has begun to fall on the roof of the cottage. You walk toward the bedroom door. Your body feels incredibly heavy now. Your legs feel like they are moving through molasses. Your eyelids are drooping, struggling to stay open. You push the bedroom door open with your fingertips. It swings silently inward.
You step inside
the sanctuary
bedroom.
of sleep.
The room is
lies
dark,
before
but
you.
not pitch black. The moonlight outside has been hidden by the rain clouds, so the only light comes from the faint, gray luminescence of the night sky filtering through the window. The air in here is cooler than the rest of the house. It is the perfect sleeping temperature. Fresh, crisp, still. You close the door behind you. Click. The latch falls into place. The world is now completely shut out. There is nothing in this room but you and the bed. There are no clocks here. Time does not exist in this room. There are no mirrors here. Identity does not exist in this room. There is only rest. Listen. Can you hear it? The rain has settled into a steady, rhythmic downpour. Because this bedroom is under the eaves of the cottage, the sound of the rain on the roof is close and distinct. Tapping, drumming, humming. Millions of tiny drops are hitting the slate roof tiles above your head. Pat, 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 pat. It is a chaotic sound, yet perfectly organized. It is nature's lullaby. It creates a blanket of sound that covers your thoughts, muffling them, making them quiet. You walk toward the bed. It is a large, majestic bed with a wooden frame made of solid oak. It looks like a cloud waiting to catch you. It is piled high with comfort. There are crisp, white cotton sheets. There is a thick, fluffy down duvet. And on top, a heavy, hand-knitted wool blanket in a deep shade of charcoal gray. The pillows are stacked high, plump, soft, and inviting. You stand by the side of the bed. You reach out and pull back the heavy covers. The sheets underneath look invitingly cool. You sit down on the edge of the mattress. It sinks deeply under your weight, embracing you. It is soft, but supportive. You lift your legs, swinging them into the bed. You slide your body down, down, down between the sheets. Swish. The sensation is exquisite. The sheets are cool against your flannel pajamas for just a second. A refreshing touch that makes you snuggle deeper. You pull the heavy duvet and the wool blanket up. You pull them up over your legs, up over your waist, up over your chest, right up to your chin. You are buried. You are hidden. You are safe. The weight of the blankets presses down on you gently. It feels like a hug that never ends. This weight grounds you. It tells your nervous system that you are secure. You wiggle your toes, creating a warm pocket of air at the bottom of the bed. You feel the warmth of your own body beginning to radiate, heating up the cocoon you have created. You lay your head back onto the pillow. Your head sinks in. The pillowcase molds around your neck and ears, supporting you perfectly. You take a deep breath. The pillowcase smells of fresh air and dried lavender, a clean herbal scent that clears your mind. You adjust your position. You shift your hips slightly. You move your shoulders until you find that one perfect spot, the sweet spot, the spot where you can lay perfectly still for the whole night.
Now, lying in the dark, listening to the rain, you turn your attention to your body one last time. You are going to shut down the machine, switch by switch. Focus on your feet. Feel them heavy in the socks. Let them flop open to the sides. Say to your feet, rest now. Focus on your legs, your calves, your thighs. Feel the large muscles letting go of the bone. They have carried you all day. Now they are floating. Say to your legs, heavier. Focus on your stomach. Let it be soft. Let it rise and fall gently with your breath. There is no tension here, just a soft rhythm. Rise and fall. Focus on your hands. They are resting by your sides or perhaps on your chest. Your fingers are curled loosely,
like a sleeping baby's. There is nothing left to hold on to. You have put everything down. Let go. Focus on your jaw. Part your teeth slightly. Let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth. Relax your cheeks. Relax the tiny muscles around your eyes. Smooth out your forehead. Imagine a cool hand brushing across your brow, wiping away all thoughts. Your body is asleep now.
We will count
Only
down
a
now
tiny spark
from
of
10
awareness remains.
down to sleep.
Use
With
that
each number,
spark to
you will
imagine
step
the
down a
cottage
staircase
from the outside.
into the deepest, most
Picture the little
velvety
stone
darkness.
house in the middle of the
10.
dark, vast
You are
forest.
drifting. The sound
See
of the rain is
falling
washing
on the
over
roof.
you. Pat.
See the trees
Pat.
swaying gently in the
Pat.
wind, protecting the house.
9.
See
Deeper
the
and
one
deeper.
window with
The
the
bed
light
feels
turned
like a
off.
raft floating on a calm
You
lake.
are inside that dark
8.
window.
Your thoughts
You
are
a
becoming
tiny,
misty.
warm
They're
speck
just
in a
clouds
vast,
floating by.
cool
Don't
universe.
touch them. Just watch them go.
The world continues to
7.
spin.
So
but you
heavy,
do not need to
so
watch it.
comfortable.
You
It
can
feels
let go
so good
of the
to just
steering wheel.
lie here. 6. Your breathing is slow, so slow. In, out. 5. Halfway there. The waking world is a distant memory. It does not exist anymore. 4. Sinking into the mattress, becoming one with the bed. 3. Peace. Absolute silence in the mind. 2. Almost there. The edge of dreams. 1. Sleep.